Back for segment number 3 here, the World Center of Broadcast Media. A lot more calm segment here because Mark sometimes loses a little bit, gets a little out of control, and I don't appreciate that. You got to be calm. This is okay. This segment, courtesy of our good friends at Lucas Oil and, of course, Seidner's Collision Centers. We don't want you to crash, but if you do smash your crappy Prius or another toboggan, we want you to go to one of the 16 locations at SeidnersCollisionCenters.com. In fact, Mark, you know how that is. You know, you get a wreck once in a while. Here, you got to go to the people that make your toboggan look snappy.
They will do that. That's a fact.
We're going to shift gears a little bit. We went from football, talking about gambling and imbeciles and, the NFL and the fact that it's all fixed, to motocross. We're going to talk a little bit of motocross. We're talking a little bit of supercross. Bradley Bogue, step up to that mic here a little bit. Get up there with that. Even when you got that Angel shirt on, it hurt my feelings. But that's all right. So we're going to ask. I'm just kidding you about the Angels anyway, by the way. I'm going to ask you a question here. You were a former motocross racer. You started out when you were about, I think your mom put you on a motocross bike when you were 8 months old. And just told you better get going here. We gotta make sure that you compete right at 8 months, 9 months old. I know you're just a wee kid, but is it the bike or is it the rider? What's more important? 80%, 20%. What's most important? Do you have to have a good bike to win, or do you just have to have a lot of heart?
I'm gonna have to say it's the bike.
The bike?
Yep.
But you won a lot of races, and your mom told me basically you had a BMX bike and you were competing against guys with motors.
Yeah, I mean, you put anybody on a bike and they'll learn. It's 2 wheels. It comes natural.
Yeah, but the bike, you just told me it's the bike. It's not the rider. You had to compete. You had your bike, actually. Tell me a story, because somebody told me that. All right, she told me, your mom told me that you guys basically had a bike or a motorcycle that was, questioned. They tore it apart. They thought you guys were cheating. They thought you had some kind of funny car motor under there, and then they found out it was just rider.
Yeah, it's 100% bike and 100% rider.
Okay, well, but if you have a good bike, even a guy like me could win?
I would say no. I've seen you race before. His mom can beat you on the track.
And she did. But that was a car, okay? But I'm talking bike. So let's cut to the chase. I mean, I'm serious. So when you were out there competing, you didn't think it was more important to have a good rider on an average bike than it is to have a really great bike with an average rider?
Well, it's kind of a technical question. I think if you have practice in anything you do, you will succeed.
Yeah, well, Big Mark, is that true? Because you have a lot of guys that competed for football positions, and just because they tried, it's not necessarily true that they're gonna compete and win.
If you got the tools and you got the will, I mean, I went up against some guys that weren't quite as big as me and strong as me, but they had some heart, and you can't take that away from them if they got that will. But when we're talking about him being on a machine,
it is a machine,
and so that's a little bit different. I think it's important to have a good machine, but you got to have the heart too.
At the end of the day, let's just cut to the chase. A lot of great supercross racers, a lot of great motocross racers, a lot before you even were born. But there are some of the names that come to the top all the time when people talk about the greatest of all time, people that competed at a high level, that won championships. I still say live by this. I'm going to wait to hear your answer. Who is the single greatest outdoor motocross racer of all time?
Currently?
No, of all time.
Of all time. Okay. I'm going to have to say, bounce off what Mark said, Big Mark. I'm going to have to say Trey Carnard.
Oh, no way. Are you serious?
That
guy could not carry Ricky Carmichael's lunch. In fact, Ricky Carmichael's the only guy to win 2 years without even losing a moto. No offense, but come on. That guy, he might not be able to beat me. All right, that's not true. But not over Ricky Carmichael, not over even Jeremy McGrath outside. Now let's go back inside Supercross, because I'm totally disagreeing with you there.
But that's okay.
You go in with now.
He has his opinion.
That's why I'm asking.
That's good.
So, Supercross.
I'm going with him.
Inside the stadiums. Who's the best racer ever? Come on now. I know you've been to a lot of those at Anaheim too.
There's so many good racers. I can't pick.
Yeah,
one.
but how many people have won championships like this? Please don't say James Stewart, because James Stewart, there's not a chance in hell. James Stewart could, again, another guy. Who's won championships? You look at McGrath, who's had the history, the legend that is. I mean, there's so many guys that have won championships. But I know you've only started watching recently. You're a young guy. You're how old?
22.
Now, why aren't you still racing, dude? You had an MCL, you had an ACL. Why are we not getting you on a bike? We got to get you a sponsor and get you on a. Would you consider making a comeback?
Possibly.
Not possibly. Yes or no? Remember, right here, you say, "Damn right, I would. I would. If I had a team, if I had some money, I'd be back out there doing it, and I'd be in the gym working my ass off to get there." Big Mark can put you in the gym because he doesn't look like it, but he's a personal trainer.
Yeah, at the table.
He's a personal trainer.
I'll show you how to eat.
No, I'm dead serious. Would you consider coming back doing it? You're a young man now. You got all kinds of opportunities in front of you. If we got you a sponsor to do one race, would you do it?
Yeah.
As a privateer.
But back to your question, who I think the best racer is of all time, I can't answer that because I believe every racer who lines up to the gate is the best racer. You have to be fit, you have to be strong, and you have to be mentally prepared to race.
No question, but if you have 60 of those guys and somebody consistently gets to the other gate first, then you got to give that guy a nose up or a little bit of an edge, right?
Yeah, I mean, there have been racers who won continuously over and over, but every racer gets defeated, and every racer wins. So they're all great in my eyes.
Not every racer wins. Nope, they don't. I'm going to disagree with you there. Not every racer wins. Every racer shows up.
Well, it's some division, maybe.
Right, but you got to win when you have some people that win and some people that win championships. We talked about NASCAR. We talked about NHRA guys that win championships. In Supercross, it's even tougher because what you have, to me, is that you have, a lot of guys that, again, one guy wins every week, and the rest of them technically lose. So, that's tall cotton right there. When you have 60 people that are going out and trying to make that one first dive. Tell me about that. When you were racing, you got the first corner, right? And so you try to get a hole shot, but the first corner, if you got 20 guys trying to get in a spot that's just big enough for Big Mark and a burger, that's not that's a lot to ask. You got to either have a lot of guts to go in there, or is it craziness?
Well,
because you got to stick your tire in there and hope that you're going to be the first one there, and if not, a lot of people are wrecking.
It is an adrenaline rush. Let me tell you that. Every time I've lined up to the gate, my heart's pounding, and I'm just ready to go. But waiting for the gate to drop is so nerve-wracking.
That's a question I'll ask you. You see, like when the girls come out and they hold the 60-second sign, right? Then they hold the 30-second sign. In your head, once the girl walks off, like when you're getting ready to start your race, did they do that when you were racing too, when you were younger racing? Did they have like somebody go out there and give you the time, or did they count it down for you?
Yeah, pretty much.
So in your head, after that girl leaves, are you counting yourself, or you just have your head down, looking at the gate, waiting for the gate to drop, not even thinking about time?
Looking at the gate, and once you get to that first corner, it's game on.
And it's different, right? I mean, like you once now say you get to the corner, and I heard you got to the corner first quite a few times. But when you get to the corner first and you don't get to the corner and you're not first, what's in your mindset then? You have X amount of laps. You're trying to wait for this person to make a mistake, or are you saying, forget, I don't care who's in front of me. He's just going to finish behind me.
Well, I think you just try to do your best in the race, and pretty much you just give it balls to the walls.
I like it.
Why is it that you chose motocross, supercross, when like Big Mark played football? I took up music because I was no good at any sport. Why did you choose supercross, motocross? What made you want to ride a bike?
I was dedicated to motocross from my father and mother putting me into racing. I picked it up. I love bicycle riding, and with the motor, it made just sense.
We're going to go over this segment a little bit longer, okay? So I'm going to ask you a question. Who was the greatest teacher? Who was the greatest person that gave you what you needed to win and to compete?
My mother.
Damn right. I like that. Why your mom? Because a lot of people would think, obviously your father. Why your mom?
She would continuously tell me what I was doing right, what I wasn't doing right, how I can improve. She would coach all my friends too, and it was great times.
So when you're growing up, a lot of people, like I say, they call them hockey moms, soccer moms. You had a motocross mom.
Yep.
And how great is that? I love that. I already know a lot about this lady anyway, and I love the fact that your mom is, your mom, when you have your best friend and your mom that's out there competing, and your mom that doesn't take any crap from anyone, we know that, all right? When we get back, we're going to talk about the difference between sideline moms that just sit there and sideline parents that either help you compete, help you get your goal. You know the guys that help Todd Marinovich Classic out here in Newport Beach with USC, the Oakland Raiders. We're going to talk about how parents play a part in getting their kids to where they want to go. More coming up here on the World Center of Broadcast Media. It's your broadcast location out here, flagship station in Hollywood. More Lug Nutzz TV coming up next.